The principal up at the middle school. Welcome to our fifth grade band night. It's exciting to see so many people here. You see 97 band students in front of you. It's been a whirlwind working with them for Mr. Van Epps to work with them for the first part of the year. I'm sure you heard some pretty strange sounds coming back in the fall when they just started, and I think tonight you'll see the hard work kind of come together tonight with Mr. Van Epps. So I just wanted to say thank you for all your support. Thank you to Mr. Van Epps for the effort in working with 97 kids at one time. It can be quite difficult, but he's done a wonderful job, and I think we'll see that tonight. One final note, I'd like to welcome Casey Bardoon is here tonight. He is our new superintendent, who just started last week. He's in the back of the room, so maybe if he's there on the way out, you can just stop and say hello and shake his hand. So welcome, Mr. Bardoon, to Westhill. When he used to be a music teacher as well, taught first year, fifth grade band. So he told me today he remembers quite well the challenges of getting a band together for the first time. So I think he'll be able to relate with Mr. Van Epps tonight. So, Mr. Van Epps.
Thank you. Good evening, and welcome to our fifth grade band concert. You guys can sit. Do we have anybody back in the sound booth that can turn off the house lights there? Or did they disappear? It's very bright. I like mood lighting for music. It's over to the far side there, underneath the little desk lamp there. All right, well, we're getting our light show in order here. As Mr. Bednarski said, these students, as I'm sure you well know, because you're their parents, have been playing since September. And it has been a really interesting, challenging, fun year so far. This is the largest band I've ever had in my tenure here at Westhill. It's provided some definite challenges, and in terms of our facility at the middle school, and oops, there we go. In terms of our facility, in terms of lesson structure, in terms of getting material learned and getting kids to where they need to be, but we've overcome that. And every year, right around the end of October, I start freaking out. My wife says, "Would you just please relax? You're going to hit December, and everything's going to be fine, and the first concert's going to be great." And that's exactly what happened. I don't know why, after all these years, I don't start listening to her, but you know, what can I say? We've made tremendous progress from the squeaks and honks and weird sounds that you've heard to now actual music. And we're going to demonstrate some of that for you this evening. In years past, this concert was actually called Fifth Grade Demonstration Night. And it was just to basically, I guess, demonstrate basic skills that they've worked on since September. And I knew after my first year, many years ago, doing this, that I didn't want it to be that way. I wanted it to be more of a concert for the kids to come out and actually play some real music. I'm a definite firm believer that elementary school students can play music and can play it at a high level. The problem that I had was the method book that we were using and the material that we had to use. And it had frustrated me for a long time, and last year I actually finally sat down and I completed a method book series. It took about every waking minute of 365 days to get it done, and I did. And my hope was that it would push the kids along a little bit further because the material would be less complex, less difficult to understand, a lot of repetition, things like that. And I'm really happy to report that the book has done that. I'm seeing kids right now who would have the skills that my students in the past would be just getting to, say, in April or May. So it's been a definite whirlwind, and because of that, I've been able to actually program this as a legitimate concert with real music, to be able to get through some tunes, some difficult stuff, and I think they've had a good time doing it so far. I will pat myself on the back for a second and say that 15 districts in central New York have started using my book, including West Genesee and CNS, so two of the big music programs, so I'm pretty excited about that. So. All right, so at the beginning of the year, people say to me, "Well, what do you do with 100 beginners that don't know how to play?" And I give them the answer. It's simple. You start with one note and you build from there. And that's what we did. We spent a couple rehearsals playing 3 or 4 notes, getting the sound really well, get the band balanced, get rid of the idea that we have to blow really hard to hear ourselves and things like that. And material-wise, we would use some traditional like children's songs, like Mary Had a Little Lamb and Lightly Row and things like that. So what I want to do for you right now is we're going to play about 4 of those tunes for you, so you get to hear kind of what they had been working on in the fall. Everything was unison, meaning everyone was playing exactly the same line, the same note, the same part. There was no harmony, not really all that intricate, but it does provide fundamental things for the students in terms of moving their fingers on the instrument and producing music. So we'd like to start for you tonight with 4 tunes. I believe in order they are Hot Cross Buns, and then Lightly Row, followed by Eau Claire de la Lune and Mary Had a Little Lamb. So that's how we spent the majority of the fall, the first many weeks in September and then into October. But they quickly get bored with that, and I love to watch at the very beginning. These songs are so hard. They're so difficult to get the fingers and the slides and the buttons and everything where they need to be. And then all of a sudden, I start hearing, why are we playing these boring tunes? And then I know it's ready. It's time to move on. And that happened earlier again this year than I've ever experienced. And by the end of October, I was actually able to pass out a real band piece. This is one I had written a couple years ago. I had taken the tunes that you just heard, and I put them into a far more interesting arrangement. It features the percussion section. It features at one time or another almost all these sections in the band. And this came together like that. So I was really proud of the work they had put in. So this is called The Classics, and it's a collection of beginning band favorites. That was Bobby Smola back there on the siren whistle part at the end. All right, the next piece, I'm always in the hunt for great beating band music out there, and I came across this piece a couple years ago. It is a beautiful piece. It sounds great. It's well written. It really provides some good material for the beginning band to really sink their teeth into and start performing music. That arrangement that you heard, obviously there was no more unison parts. There was harmony. There was percussion. So we upped the difficulty level a little bit, going from Mary Had a Little Lamb and those fun songs to what we just played. This one elevates it a little bit further. The parts are more intricate. There's a lot more intricate percussion writing. There is more different sounds. It introduces the concept of dynamics, which is the change in volume of music, which is what makes music really sound exciting. If you notice, the classics was basically played at a nice medium volume level, and this one incorporates a bunch of change